Today is May 1st, the 5th month of the year. So this morning during my devotion, God had me to write down 5 things that I am believing him for. And I got to writing and I started, writing things that God already does, things God help us to, do X, Y, and Z bills and all these things. And he's like, I do that every month. I do that all the time. I do that just because I'm God and just because I'm good and just because I show you favor. Like, I do that just because you half the time you don't even remember to ask me to make a way for bills or health or just the everyday mundane. You don't even remember to ask me that, but I still do it. I'm not asking you to write down 5 things that are the stuff you know me to do. Write down 5 things that you believe me for, that if you went up to somebody and told them, they would just be like,
now girl, you really think you stepping out on faith, like that's faith.
Sometimes we get upset because God will have us to kind of recognize certain things or write down these desires sometimes, almost kind of to get our wheels turning, to even think that big, to even trust him for that big, because he loves when we trust him. He loves when we put all of our faith into him. I was walking down the Walmart aisle the other day, and whenever I'm in the grocery store, I purposefully find the jar of mustard seed. I just want to see it. I see it and I laugh, or I see it and I like take a picture of it or anything like that. He absolutely loves when we just, how the trust fall and you just lean completely into the person behind you who is supposed to catch you. That's what he wants us to do. So he told me to write down 5 things that are just out there. I'm writing them down like, yo, and then I'm using pencil, and every time I get ready to write it down, I'm kind of like softening the words, like, God, I would love to this month. And he was like, is that the minimum? Is that the max that that's what you want to experience? And it doesn't have to always be something financial. All of my big 5s were not, monetary, physical things. But he was like, is that all that you want to experience? That's it? You gonna limit it to that? Okay. And I'm like, no, let me erase really quick. The number 5 is the number of grace. And the only way that we can encounter these things, because we are not worthy. We get frustrated with God because if he tells us to do something like write down 5 things you believe me for, or pray about something that you're concerned about and give it to me, and if it doesn't happen instantaneously, we get upset. So write those 5 things down, but this is not some like magic show. Not gonna pop up, you write it down, you close your eyes, close the notebook, and there it is in front of you like, oh my God. No, that's not how it works. Write it down and believe him for it. And God is so good and so strategic. If it's something, faith without works is dead. If it's something that you are supposed to be working at, you want to lose some weight this month, or you want to make extra income this month, or you want to, tackle a financial goal, or you want to experience a certain thing, what he's going to do, what he's going to do is lay out the path. I talked about this in a previous video. Lay out the path, show you the things that you need to do to get there. And because he's so good, you're going to miss steps. You're going to try to do your thing, the human flesh thing, and weave in and out. You're going to do all those things. But because he's so good, his grace and his mercy, he's going to favor you to show you those 5 things. It may not all happen this month. However, this is the month that you start to believe for that big 5. So write down your big 5. It's the first, put them in your notes, first day of the month. And these are just the things. It may not all happen at once. It may not all happen this month. The peaks of them might start this month. The base and the foundation of them might all start this month. You might recognize that you've got a stepping stone in each one of those things this month. That's a step. That's a blessing. Something you didn't have before. One thing might be fully accomplished, and the next month you might get to 2, and you realize that you're starting to believe for all these things. Believe God for those 5 things. You can believe him for even more than that. But he just said, he put it on me this morning to write down the big 5. So that's what I did. I wrote down the big 5. And that's what I'm believing God for in this 5th month, the month of grace. You're going to go eat breakfast, because that just... Hope you guys have an amazing day and have an even more amazing month of May. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. That's all I got to say.